I looked through the window and saw 4 survivors in the sea screaming for help. I didn't really care. The next day, they were gone. All I found was their lifeboat. 2 crew members were going through their stuff. I walked over to Victor and asked him about it. He denied there were survivors last night. That's when I realized these guys weren't good people, or pirates. If I stayed, I'd probably end up as their food. After all, it's the apocalypse. Zombies everywhere. And in a world like this, human nature doesn't last long. I went to Victor again, told him I knew about a hospital with a helicopter. He was the pilot. We could take it to a safe island where the military had set up a safe zone, but Victor coldly turned me down.
Do you want to stay alive? Keep your head down. Stop asking questions.
So I decided to leave on my own. That night, while the crew was asleep, I snuck out of my room. I was going to steal a speedboat, but then I found 2 people tied up. They were the ones screaming for help last night. I untied them, but the bald guy kept talking. He said he needed to find his wife. Soon enough, his shouting brought the crew. They killed him on the spot. Victor tried to cover for me, but it was too late. The crew decided I had to die. So Victor did what he had to do. Turns out Victor didn't want to stay with these pirates either. With his help, we made it onto a small boat, but the noise attracted the pirates. The survivor we just rescued got killed. Victor fired his gun, trying to cover our escape, but he got shot in the shoulder during the chaos. Still, we made it out. We finally reached the hospital, but the helicopter was already gone. Victor's injury couldn't wait. I had to take him inside to treat it. I helped him onto a bed, but when I went to find some medicine, I heard something moving in the vents. I rushed over to listen, and sure enough, someone was talking inside. I shouted out, and that's when the infected showed up. I ran back to the surgery room and locked the door, but Victor was gone. Suddenly, a window opened. I didn't hesitate. I climbed through, shutting the door just as the infected reached me. Victor was there. We helped him out of danger. I thanked him and told him my plan. The nurse took me to the roof. The helicopter had been moved to a plaza behind the hospital, but to get there, we had to pass through an area full of infected. The next morning, I went up alone to figure out how to cross. Then, I heard gunshots from below. I ran back, told everyone. To avoid direct confrontation, we decided to get to the helicopter fast. Victor was feeling better after a night's rest. The doctor and nurse led us to the back door, but when it opened, one infected barged in. The doctor didn't react in time and got tackled. We saved him, but it was too late. The doctor told us not to come near her and insisted we take the kids and leave safely. We were heartbroken, but we had to leave her behind. Finally, we reached the last door to the backyard, but the hardest part was ahead. Just 50 feet away, there were hundreds of infected. I saw a cage nearby and came up with a plan. We formed a protective circle with the cages, keep us safe, and let us slowly move toward the helicopter. It didn't go as planned. The infected saw us and rushed at us. Thanks to the strong fences and our desperate resistance, we held our ground. We made our way to the door. The nurse chopped the lock with an axe. Victor rushed to the helicopter, ready to start it. The kids followed him. I stayed behind with the nurse, closing the door to hold off the infected. Starting the helicopter took longer than we hoped. Some infected managed to crawl in. I grabbed the axe and rushed down to fight them off. Victor didn't let us down. He managed to start the helicopter. Just when we thought we were safe, we heard footsteps.